Today, we're uncovering the 5 hidden blocks that are quietly sabotaging your self-trust. If you've been stuck in indecision, second-guessing your gut, or waiting for permission to move forward, this episode is your wake-up call. Welcome to How to Lose the Weight, the podcast for women ready to stop waiting for someday and live life now. I'm your host, Holly Toscanini, and I'm here to help you break free from perfectionism, self-doubt, and the someday mindset. Together, we'll dive into real conversations about self-trust, empowerment, and living authentically. If you're ready to reconnect with your intuition and step into your power, you're in the right place. Let's lose the weight and start living fully right now. Hey friends, welcome back to How to Lose the Weight, the podcast where we ditch the illusion of someday and start living fully right now. I'm your host, Holly Toscanini, midlife reinvention coach, intuition advocate, and founder of the Reinvention Code. And today we're talking about something that sits at the very core of your transformation. What's actually keeping you from trusting yourself? Not the surface level stuff like needing more time or more motivation, but the real blocks, the hidden patterns that are keeping you spinning in indecision, second guessing your gut, and putting off the life you truly want to live. Let's uncover what's really holding you back and how you can finally break free. But before we talk about what's blocking your self-trust, let's talk about why it matters so much. Because when you trust yourself, everything changes. You make decisions faster. You say no without feeling guilty. You speak up and you don't have to rehearse what you're going to say like 47 times. And you feel safe in your body and in your mind. And most importantly, you stop outsourcing your power to people, programs, or anything else external for approval. But most of us didn't grow up being taught how to trust ourselves. As little girls, we're taught how to perform, how to please, how to comply. We were told to look outside ourselves for the answers, whether it is through diet culture, degrees, partners, or perfectionism. We were conditioned to be the good girl. And after decades of that messaging, it's really no wonder so many smart, capable women still find themselves saying, I don't know what I want anymore. So if you feel stuck right now, sort of frozen in indecision, or maybe you're feeling just a little scared to make a move, I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're just blocked. So let's break down the 5 most common internal blocks of self-trust I see in the women I coach, especially for those of us in midlife. Block number 1, you've got your inner critic set on repeat. You know, that voice, the one that tells you you're too much, or maybe you're not enough, or God, what will people think? This voice is usually inherited from our parents, partners, teachers, friends, or the toxic cultural narratives we get from social media. And it disguises itself as protective, but it's actually paralyzing. The problem? You can't hear your intuition over your inner judge. You know, what helps is learning to witness your thoughts instead of believing them automatically. Things like journaling, breath work, and coaching can quiet that inner critic and help you amplify your truth. Block number 2, the good girl programming. As I mentioned earlier, we are all conditioned to be agreeable and accommodating and nice no matter what's going on in our lives. So you might find that you hesitate to say what you really feel, because you've been taught that being assertive equals being difficult or being called bitchy. And this keeps you stuck in people-pleasing and suppressing your own needs, even when your body is just screaming, no more. What helps? Practicing boundary setting in small, low-risk ways, and reclaiming the word selfish as self-preserving. Block number 3. The loop of overthinking. Now, this is where our intuition gets replaced with these mental gymnastics that we put ourselves through. You second guess your gut, you overanalyze every scenario, and you find yourself waiting for the perfect time, the right answer, or that sign. Overthinking gives us the illusion of control, but it's really just another form of delay. You know what helps? Taking micro actions instead of waiting for some mystical clarity. Clarity comes through movement, not mental rehearsal. Block number 4, the myth of readiness. I want to say this loud and clear. You do not need to be more confident to take action. You build confidence by taking action. See, so many women stay stuck waiting until they feel ready. But readiness is a feeling that only shows up once you've started, not before. You know what helps? Embracing messy starts. Let "I'll figure it out" become your new mantra. Block number 5, disconnection from intuition. When you've spent years outsourcing your decisions to diets or experts or rules, it's really hard to know what's you and what's conditioning. You might feel numb, disconnected, or even unsure how to even feel your intuition anymore. You know what helps? Slowing down, listening inward, and rebuilding your relationship with your body and that inner knowing we all have. My free ebook, Activate Your Intuition, is a great place to start if this one resonates with you. So if you've been sort of nodding along to all of this and wondering, all right, where do I even begin? You're not alone. And that's why I created the Self-Trust Snapshot. It's a personalized assessment I use inside the Reinvention Code group coaching program to help you identify things like which of these blocks are showing up most strongly for you right now. And what phase of your reinvention are you actually in? Are you just getting started, or maybe you're a little further along than you think? And what exact tools, practices, and mindset shifts will help you move forward? Now, this isn't some vague personality quiz. It is a laser-focused reflection tool designed to meet you where you are and guide you toward lasting transformation. Because you can learn to trust yourself again. You can reconnect with your intuition, and you can stop waiting and start living. And I can show you how. All right, let's recap the 5 hidden blocks to self-trust. 1, the inner critic on repeat. 2, the good girl programming. 3, the loop of overthinking. 4, the myth of readiness. And 5, disconnection from intuition. The good news? None of these things are permanent. They're just patterns, and patterns can be reprogrammed. And here's the truth I want you to hold on to. You don't need fixing. You need reconnecting with yourself, your body, your desires, and your own inner wisdom. And when you do that, self-trust stops being a fantasy and becomes a foundation for lasting transformation. So are you ready to find out what's holding you back and what to do about it? Well, if you're already on fire from today's brief episode and you're thinking, all right, I want more, I want to invite you to join the waitlist for my signature coaching program, the Reinvention Code. We kick off again in September 2025. Head over to hollytoscanini.com, or I'll put the link in today's show notes. But before you go, I've got something really special for you next week on how to lose the weight. I sat down with Michelle Chung, a love strategist who helps high-achieving women attract the right partner without dating apps, endless swiping, or waiting until they're perfect. We're talking about why you don't need to fix yourself to find love, how to stop putting your life on hold for someday, and the 3 steps you can take right now to call in a relationship that supports your vision and your lifestyle. So if you're tired of waiting until you lose the weight, get the promotion, or feel ready before you let yourself be loved, this episode is your invitation to do it a little differently. Make sure you're following How to Lose the Weight so you don't miss this powerful conversation with Michelle. Your life and your love story can start now. Thank you for spending time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend. Trust me, she probably needs to hear it too. And remember, you don't have to earn your worthiness. You just have to reclaim your wholeness. You are wise, you are powerful, and you're already enough. So if this episode gave you a light bulb moment or a much needed nudge, please share it, rate it, and leave a quick review. It helps other women like you find this work and begin trusting themselves again. Talk to you next week, where we'll explore how to rewrite your inner narrative with Michelle Chung, and you can finally feel safe leading your own life. Until then, be kind to yourself and stop waiting. Thank you for tuning in to How to Lose the Weight. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a conversation. And if you found value in this episode, I'd love it if you could leave a review. It really helps the show reach more women like you who are ready to step into their power. For more insights and inspiration, follow me on Instagram at Holly Toscanini or visit hollytoscanini.com. Until next time, remember, stop waiting and start living.